Hello and welcome to JP5Takes, and here I'll be recapping the Tennessee Titans game, Week 14 against the Houston Texans. And I'm not gonna lie, that's a big blow right there because I thought we was gonna win that one. We've been a hot team, and that was a sudden halt, and that really hurts our chances of making the playoffs. It really does. We're not out of it. We can either go still in the 6th seed or win the division, but we're going to need the Texans to lose to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which I don't see that happen. I mean, the Buccaneers are good enough. Well, they can surprise you and beat a team like the Texans, but I still take my chance. I mean, I still take the odds that the Texans are going to beat the Buccaneers, and also I don't like our chances of beating the Saints next week, and I don't like our chances of beating the Texans in Houston. So that really hurts. I know we need to win both of these games, and I don't see us doing that. I don't see us winning one of these games. So, we're definitely in a hole. It's not hopeless, but it's doubtful. It's really doubtful. And, I think I speak for all the Titan fans when I say this is typical, You start off slow, and then somewhere midseason you get hot and you make a good, strong push, but then you come short. I think this has been the Titans for a while now. I think we'll end up being 9-7, 8-8, same thing. And I think for a lot of Titan fans, we're just getting tired of this. We're not awful. We're not a terrible team, but we're not great. We're not a playoff team. And sometimes I get a lot of Titan fans who don't like when I say this, but sometimes I wish we can go to that 2-14 kind of seasons so we could get a good draft pick. Because sometimes we're not getting a top 10 draft pick, but we're definitely not making the playoffs, and so it kind of sucks. But I can't throw it in the towel. We can maybe shock the world because it's in Nashville. Maybe we can beat the Saints. Maybe we can go to Houston and beat them, and maybe we can win the division. That'd be great. The Steelers could lose to the Bills tonight, and I think they will. And, I would feel much better about the 6th seed if the Pittsburgh Steelers could play the Ravens next week instead of Week 17, because I think the Ravens would obviously beat the Steelers if they played. But the problem, though, is the Steelers play the Ravens in Week 17, but the Ravens are probably going to have everything locked up. If they win next week, they'll have everything locked up, be resting the stars, and then I'm going to definitely think the Steelers win that. So that puts that's a tough situation for us, and I don't see the Steelers losing to the Ravens if they're resting the starters. And now it all of a sudden looks very doubtful that we can beat the Steelers out for the number 6 seed and make the playoffs. And again, there's 2 different ways we can make the playoffs, but both of them now with the loss today looks very doubtful. But let me dig into the game a little bit. It's one that our offense only scored 21 points. I thought, though, offensively we did pretty good. I really did. There was a couple of throws Tannehill missed, but for the most part, I thought he was good. I thought he was accurate for the most part. I think my biggest issue with him is I thought he had on the ball a tad bit too long. And we didn't get sacked that many times, so I give credit to the offensive line. But there was a couple of key third downs that he kind of held the ball for a little too long, so he had to throw it away, though, eventually. Or he did take a sack or 2. But, when it comes to throwing, I thought for the most part he was good. And I thought, nothing against the Houston Texans, nothing against them. But I thought we got a little unlucky. And I mean, maybe they can make the same argument because they threw a pick in the red zone. But we go from making a great drive, scoring a touchdown. Because when I saw the complete pass to Anthony Fusco, I'm like, oh, this is a touchdown. Catch, stretch, touchdown. Instead, it's a catch, drop, pick, all the way almost to the other side of the field, and they scored a couple plays later. What a big change that was. That's a little unlucky, though. Not just that he dropped it, but it rose right into Merciless hands. That was a tough break. We had that. A.J. Brown, he's a beast. And, I think if nothing else we could take from one thing this season is we finally found ourselves a number 1 receiver. And I love that. We haven't had a good number 1 receiver like this in a long time. And I hate to say it. I hate to say this because I like him. He's a really nice guy, and I want to like him. And I do like him. But Corey Davis, he's the number 5th of our pick. I wanted a little more out of him. But I think it's time to say he's a good receiver, and he's not a great receiver. I think he'll be much better in the number 2 spot than 1. But we have a number one receiver now with A.J. Brown. That allows Corey Davis to maybe slide to number 2, and he can hopefully have better production in that role. A.J. Brown, number 1. This guy is just a beast. And what I like, though, and I don't know what took him so long, finally Arthur Smith is realizing how good he is, and Arthur Smith is playing him more. I mean, and then in the first 8 weeks of the season, it was frustrating because, like the Tennessee Titans, like, he was good when we played him, but we kept on the sidelines most of the time, and I do not understand that. But thankfully, we have, finally we realized how good he is, and now he's playing more. That's huge. Now, though, I wish we did more Corey Davis and A.J. Brown on the field at the same time. We did too many Anthony Fosco, Michael Pruitt, and then maybe A.J. Brown. I mean, too many two tight ends on the field. So Johnny Smith, too. And I'm like, let's take these tight ends out and put some Corey Davis and A.J. Brown in. That would be smart. I think Arthur Smith is getting a little bit better as the season goes. I'm not definitely going to even say I give him a passing grade, but he's a little bit better. A little smarter when to throw, when to run. A little more creative with the Johnny Smith run. I like that. And that's another thing I want to, it sucks that I think we're going to miss the playoffs here because there's some things to take from the season, though. Again, I'm really impressed with A.J. Brown. I think I'm impressed with Tannehill. As long as we don't spend too much on him. As long as we don't do that, I'm perfectly okay to having Tannehill as our quarterback for the next couple weeks. Couple years. Sorry, couple years. But then another big bright spot for us is Johnny Smith. I was not a fan of him. I didn't think he was terrible, but no way was I going to say he's a number 1 tight end. But that guy is fast. His hands, which was always been an issue, is now getting better. He's catching the ball. I'm really impressed with Johnny Smith. The only thing, though, the only reason that I think it could keep him from being a number 1 tight end is his blocking is not that good. And that's a huge part of being a tight end. So that's something he needs to work on. But you can do so many good and creative plays with this guy. So that's a huge thing. So we got weapons on this offense. We got weapons here. And that's something we can work with hopefully next year with 16 games with Ryan Tannehill starting week 1. Hopefully we don't, which we've been doing this for so long, we don't start slow. We don't have to turn it up and then fall short. But hopefully we can just do that all season long. I'm just, we got so much to work with here. And again, Arthur Smith is not great, but he's getting better as a play caller. I just wish his personnel choices was better. I think our offensive line is getting better. We were allowing 9-8 sacks on a regular basis, which is just awful. But now Tannehill's getting more and more, more time to throw than Mariota ever has, and I'm really impressed with that offensive line, because I had the mindset after the season, blow it up, get rid of everybody, maybe keep Lewan, which I'm not even that happy with him, but he's better than most tackles out there. But they've as a unit, they're all playing better, so maybe we don't have to blow it up. But anyway, so there's still a lot of strong, good things about this team that we don't have to blow it up in the offseason. If we just need a couple more pieces to go out there and get ourselves as a playoff team. And who knows, maybe 16 games with Ryan Tannehill as a quarterback. Who knows, maybe that's what it is. Because Tannehill still got a good record. It's just, when he took over, 2-4. And it's really hard to make the playoffs after starting 2-4. But anyway, so let's see. That was that. What else do I want to talk about? Defense. I think we could do better on defense, and I'm trying not to get too upset the defense, man. Because you got Kenny Stills, you got Hopkins, you got Will Fuller, and you got those 3 running around, and we have nothing but backups. Besides Logan Ryan, you got nothing but backups trying to cover these guys. So I knew it was going to be tough. I knew it. But there was a couple of drives, like, make a stop. Find a way to make a stop here, and we get our chance to win this game, and we never could make the stops. And when we was down 21-14, and we punted to them, me and my brother, who I was watching with, were like, that's the game. We're not getting the ball back. Oh, if we do get the ball back, we'll be losing 28-14. And that's what happened. I knew it. And another issue is our pass rush, and this has been all year. It hasn't been consistent enough. I like Landry. He's pretty good. But other than that, we're just not getting the pass rush that we should. Jarrell Casey is not the same guy, and it sucks because obviously at his age, he's not going to be getting better. He can only stay the same or get worse, and he's just not the same player, and that sucks. But But anyway, so I think we need to address that. That's one of the things. I was saying we need a couple of pieces to make our team better. One of those pieces is a good, solidified pass rusher. Someone that we don't have to worry about. Because even my problem with Landry, sometimes he's not consistent enough. He has 9 sacks, that's good, but sometimes he go on long stretches without even rushing the quarterback. Let's get somebody in there that can do that. Not just get the sacks, but on a consistent basis, rush that quarterback. I think that's huge, something we need to address. So anyway, our defense could have done better. They made some stops. They made the pick in the red zone. Vaquero got a pick. Actually, I think that was in the red zone too. So it made some turnovers. It made some stops. It just, I've said this about offense and defense, and this is what it's about so many times. They both did decent, but neither could make the play when it mattered, and Texans good. So congratulations on the Texans on that. And again, we just didn't make the plays. We didn't make enough plays to win the game. It was one of those we lost that game, but it wasn't. If it wasn't so late in the season, it wouldn't be much to hold your head down on. You're like, you know what? We barely lost to a division team. Next week is another week. We'll just, try to get better and win the next game. What made this so bad, though, is just how that kills or knocks our playoff percentage chances down big time. And so that's why it hurt so much. But, yeah, I wasn't that upset with our performance. We just didn't make quite enough plays. And I just, it sucks because, this year I believe, the last couple of years when we stopped making that hot push for the playoffs, I'm like, we're not going to make it. And we didn't. But this year, I thought we could. And again, we still got a chance, but it's much, much more difficult after that loss. So anyway, that's it. So I guess I'll talk to you guys the next time I put up a video for JP5Takes, which will be either Tuesday or Wednesdays, usually when I make my videos. So I guess I'll see you next time, and I am out, and I'll see you later.